All right, welcome back to another Honcast.com presentation. I'm Breaky CPK, once again going to be your shoutcasting host, and joining me is once again Brent Quest of the Honcast staff, as well as Cardinal from SK Gaming. This is Game 2 here in the GosuGamers Winners Bracket Quarterfinals, an epic matchup. I mean, all these quarterfinals matchups are just so awesome, and this whole tournament has just been so great. We cannot stress it enough. It's just been a really good event, arguably the best event to date for Heroes of Newerth. Props to GosuGamers for that. Again, $40,000 overall on the line. To GosuGamers for that. As I gotta stop doing that. There we go. Accidentally had the stream going in the background. Okay, so we have anyways, always throws me off guard. Brent Quest, how you doing again?
Doing great. Great first match. Hoping to see this one hopefully be just as epic.
Can only hope for that. Again, as you said, just as epic. I mean, game one, it was really intense matchup. Like I said, that was some of the most impressive Congra fights I've ever seen for any games here that we've ever cast on a Honcast, and it had several moments in there, and just really back and forth. It could have been anyone's game so many times in those team fights, but it just so happened KD Gaming just came out on top, and very early aggressive play as well from them led to their victory. Also joined by Cardinal again, though, from SK Gaming. How you doing again, man?
Doing good. I'm anxious to see some adjustments from both teams, see what kind of heroes they pick, and looking to see OK come back and make this a 1-1 game, or 1-1 series, I guess.
Yeah, of course, best out of three. Always like to see it go to three, and with this matchup here, this is very likely that could be the case. I would not be surprised, but you never know. Now, game two, always interesting bans and picks. As far as the bans are concerned, we got Forsaken Archer, Chipper, Voodoo Jester, Behemoth, Pebbles, and Devourer. So we are seeing the Pebbles ban this time around, I would guess, by Online Kingdom, as he was quite the effective hero, being played by, no, it wasn't Smack played Magus, LOL QOP played him last game, and he obviously caused a lot of issues. Last game, the also interesting thing was the laning phase for really both teams, but more so KD Gaming, just a lot of movement. It was kind of unsure. They never really had a set lane, to be honest. Magnus especially, which is he's playing pretty much a roamer, and they had a very interesting middle matchup as well. So curious to see how they go about the laning phase. Oh, Dirty Minds, old from back in the old school days, always known as a team that kind of comes with these oddball strategies. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that yet again here. But you look at these bans, I believe most of them are the same. In fact, I think Pebbles might be the only difference. I cannot remember exactly, though, the Game 1 bans. But anyways, any further comments to make on the bans here, Brent?
Not really. I mean, I guess they don't. That Pebbles can really give trouble to a Soul Stealer mid, which obviously Black will probably be playing again. So I guess they just want to get rid of him there and just a troublesome hero overall. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the same.
Cardinal, comments on the bans?
Yeah, I like the Pebbles ban. He pretty much dominated that game. Other than that, it's pretty standard. I'm surprised they left Pharaoh on the board, but everything else looks pretty standard. I wanted to answer a question that I kept getting whispered to me last game. As far as I know, I don't think that the Life Leech and Scotty stack in Han, so I'm not sure why he got both of those on Flint last game, but maybe I stand corrected, but I'm not sure.
Huh. I wouldn't think so. I mean, they are both attack modifiers, so that, yeah, that wouldn't... I don't believe they would, but I honestly didn't even see that in the end. I forgot that he even got lifesteal, so... But that is a good point. I'm sure someone will test it.
They don't.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
It's just not that hard to switch between the orb effect and lifesteal when you need it.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to, exactly. Yeah, just a matter of being able to be on your toes. That's why we have seen, double attack modifiers in the past. As long as you're good at switching back and forth, and for the situations, and you can be good with it. Wow. Okay, let's get in the picks here. We got a couple of interesting picks on both of these sides. Let's start with KD Gaming over here for the Legion team. They went with Pharaoh, Thunderbringer, Hellbringer, Bubbles, and Sandwraith. So we're going to see the Sandwraith carry. He's been a very scary carry hero. As you can see from his portrait, all very scary. No, but he definitely has a lot of late game potential, of course. It's just a matter, though, of getting that farm. But, into the mid game, when he starts to get a roll going, he at least gets his early on items, depending on what he's going for. He starts to build up more and more momentum, and it becomes harder and harder to gank as a result, because between his ultimate and his nuke ability, a.k.a. the Desert's Curse. So, very powerful hero, and we definitely have seen him take over games, but he is one of those carries. He needed to buy him some time to pick up that farm, and unless we see a lot of teams building a very aggressive playstyle team themselves around him, Legion team, they definitely have the making of that, so curious to see how it works out for them. Now, the question is, how are they going to lane? Again, I just got finished talking about they threw out interesting lane choices last time. They had a roaming Magnus, kind of movement all over the place. I don't see tri lane. I mean, from the heroes that they picked up, possibly 2-2-1, I guess, 2-1-2. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on this Legion team in the laning phase?
Geez, honestly, I have no idea. My guess would be Thunderbringer mid and Pharaoh. I mean, I doubt they'd run a tri lane with bubbles in it. So I really have no idea. What are your thoughts, Cardinal?
Yeah, I mean, they have good individual heroes, but their lane setup is pretty weird. I mean, maybe they could do a dual lane with Pharaoh, Hellbringer, and Thunderbringer mid, but that's just not going to leave anything for Sandwraith, so it's going to be interesting for sure.
We have seen this recently. I believe it was Ice, actually. I forget who they were playing. Ice, though, they did it recently where they picked, I believe 4 of their 5 heroes were solo, very powerful solo heroes. We kind of, all 4 of these heroes, 4 out of the 5, obviously pinning Sandwraith, all right, they can be powerful, solo heroes, but with that said, because you have 4 out of the 5 of them, it does mess with the lanes a little bit, so I think that's clearly obvious with all 3 of us not really having a sure idea of how they're plan on doing the lanes. But again, as I said earlier, KD Gaming, formerly known as Dirty Minds, they have been known to run just some really crazy. They were one of the first teams to ever do the very aggressive all-out push strategies, one of the first teams to do a level 1 Conqueror kill. I mean, this team, you talk about a team that renovates strategies and makes up their own strategies. Dirty Minds, now KD Gaming, definitely a team known for that. So they're going to give us a little bit of a curveball here, and we'll see how it works out for them. But yeah, Legion team as a whole, though, let's talk about now the actual team itself rather than the laning phase. How are you guys liking it, Brent?
I mean, overall, they have tons and tons of great initiation. Last time, Bubbles and Hellbringer worked out superbly, and add Pharaoh into that, it's really going to be good. They also have the combination, the old school global combination of Sandwraith and Thunderbringer, who can pick off just about anybody low on life. They both have their ultimates off, so I think overall their team fights are going to be great. Just going to be interesting to see how their lanes go.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to deal with, both Thunderbringer and Sandwraith, like you said. It's like, oh, yes, I got away. Oh, wait, the Thunderbringer ultimate barely didn't kill me. Yes, I'm going to get away. Oh, wait, the Sandwraith ultimate killed me. GG. Oh, wait, no, I got away from the Sandwraith ultimate. Oh, wait, I just got sniped by a Tormented Soul. That's going to be fun. Anyways, Cardinal, how you liking the Legion team as a whole?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with their picks. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to buy wards, who's going to, get the farm, because you can't really just rely on Sandwraith getting farmed. You have to have kind of like 4 or 5 heroes getting a good amount of items. So it's going to be interesting how they execute. I mean, it could work, but they just have to play it right.
Yeah, so as we're all wondering, we're all sitting in anticipation, how the hell are they going to lane this? Now I have to wait and see. Let's do a sync up real quickly, actually, since it is after the pause and everything. In-game, I'm counting down 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
All right.
3,
Good.
2, 0. All right, you guys should be good?
Yep.
Okay. So we're all synced up now. All right, so landing phase, interesting on both sides, really. In fact, let's talk about that now. Online Kingdom, their lineup: Nighthound, Soulstealer, Magnus, Wretched Hag, and Plague Rider. So get to see some awesome Nighthound play. Again, Online Kingdom, this is an elimination game for them here in the series. Lose here, it's they move to the losers bracket. They win here, they force a game 3. So you can definitely say a risky pick, but it's always fun to see these style of pickups here in games with so much on the line, and KD Gaming Online Kingdom feeling confident with this Nighthound pickup here. But overall, their team, they definitely got potential all over the place. Really a mix of a lot of things. They got the team fight, they got initiation, they got decent gank, they got the Wretched Hag for a solo, carry potential, support carry, whatever you want to label him as. And then they got the late game, of course, with both Soulstealer and Nighthound. So a very sound team. How you liking them, though, Brent?
Pretty interesting. Their lanes are odd, but I guess they suppose the other team's lanes are probably going to be odd equally. I mean, they're sort of, I guess, Magnus and Soulstealer are kind of weird. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here, but overall I think they're solid. They've got a lot of AoE potential in fights, as well as that silence to go down from Nighthound, strong carry. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. I'm not really sure. It just comes down to overall play.
This middle lane is just it's just so weird. I mean, we have the Bubbles Thunderbringer again. That's just such an odd lane partnership there. Both of them need a good amount of levels, but neither one playing a solo. So you got to figure out ultimately that may be a factor. But they obviously have a harassment advantage against this Nighthound. On top of that, they're also getting Feral, throwing in Tormented Souls basically every time it's on cooldown. We see it once again right there, and it actually cancels the mana potion on Plague Rider. So, I mean, their goal clearly in this early game stage is just to completely lock out Magix on that Nighthound. They do not want to allow him to get any type of farm whatsoever. And, there was a little bit of aggressive play from the Hellborn team early on, but other than that, he isn't getting too much of it. Cardinal, though, how are you liking Online Kingdom's lineup?
Well, I definitely like how they picked up Magnus for that initiation that they were lacking last game. Nighthound, you don't really see him much, but he's actually really annoying to try and kill sometimes. If you don't have, the proper heroes like a Pestilence or an Arachna to, have a spell that actually takes out his invis, you kind of have to just buy a bunch of Sentry Wards and Dust, which, again, they don't really have the support to, Legion doesn't even have regular wards on the map right now. So I'm interested to see how they buy, Sentry and Dust later on in the game.
The Legion team, you mean? Or Legion or the Hellborn team?
Legion don't have regular wards.
I see one down here at the bottom, Rune. They do got one down there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Other than that, though, yeah.
The other one.
I don't know where the other one is, actually. Yeah, that's a good. I don't see another one on the map, so there's someone's holding. Oh, it's on Hellbringer, actually. He still has it. So yeah, they do have one down, but no, your point still stands though. I definitely get what you're saying. With they don't have that obvious ward placer. Obviously, like a Glacius, Vindicator, heroes like that, Witch Slayer, Andromeda. They don't have that support player, so it is going to be interesting. And at this point, you got to figure Hellbringer is going to pretty much take over that role, not only because of the fact that he bought them initially, but he's playing pure babysit right now to this Sandwraith at the bottom lane. Speaking of that, he's not near Sandwraith right now, and actually Wretched Hag picking up on that. He initiates onto Sandwraith, applies quite a bit of pressure to him. He's actually chasing right here. He might be going all in for a kill. It might be deadly though, because now his blink is on cooldown, and Hellbringer putting a lot of pressure on him. The dot is ticking, and there we go. Bloodlust kill by Hellbringer on a Wretched Hag and for KD Gaming. Again, an all-in method right there from Semiju. He thought he had the kill on Sandwraith. You gotta figure though that Hellbringer's somewhere nearby, and sure enough, Hellbringer picks up the kill. In the meantime, at the top lane, Magnus and Soulstealer surround Pharaoh, it looks like, and able to drop him. So in the end, we're tied at 1 hero kill apiece. But because perhaps a greedy play from Semiju, the Bloodlust kill going in favor of the Legion team to smack, playing that Hellbringer.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is Soulstealer's level. You'd expect him to be a little bit nerfed in that sense, but Kebab has been doing such an excellent job pulling and stacking every chance he gets that Soulstealer's up to level 6. the highest level in the game being in that the dual lane.
There was action at the bottom lane now as well at the middle side. Plague Rider being chased down. Bubbles trying to get in range. He has a turtle shot in 5 seconds. If he can land this, he has the kill. Pharaoh will take care of it, though. Wow, what a snipe from Pharaoh. I mean, you got to remember, I mean, that had to be casted, 7-8 seconds ago. Maybe even a little bit less, actually. Maybe like 5 seconds ago. But very good placement by the Pharaoh nuke right there. And again, it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. This Legion team, they have 3 of those abilities where you think you may be getting away, and then all of a sudden you just get sniped down by something. So, unfortunately for Plague Rider, that happened to be the case there. I do think Bubbles probably would have had the kill anyways, but it's always impressive to see some awesome tormented soul nukes from Pharaohs. In a completely other lane. And speaking of Pharaoh, by the way, being played by a low QOP, again, he was playing the Pebbles last game. A little bit different pace of game for him this time. He's obviously having a lot of trouble here at this top lane, as you were mentioning, BrentQuest. Soulstealer is, surprisingly enough, actually getting a very good farm, both in levels and gold. He is level 7, and Kabop deserves all the credit for that. He has just been sitting in this jungle, pulling the creep wave to over and over again, making sure it doesn't get too far pushed up, and allowing Soulstealer to get some nice, efficient creep farm. And as a result, we are seeing him at 37 and 20 creep score, the most in both of those stats in the game currently, and it just jumped up right there as he took out a stacked camp actually. And Nighthound actually headed to the top lane. So Nighthound, he just hit level 5, figuring that maybe the middle lane has just been too much for him to handle. And he just wants to, now with Soulstealer also getting a very powerful, now that Soulstealer is built up as well, I'm guessing, they figure it's time to make that change. And now Nighthound, he's going to take effect of this top farm. So an interesting switch up here from Online Kingdom, but definitely think it makes sense. And now Nighthound, he'll be able to shoot his farm up a little bit. Cardinal, what do you think about this change? I mean, obviously, do you think it's a smart change? To send the Plague Rider Nighthound lane now up here, and Soulstealer Magnus mid, I guess.
I mean, they needed to make the adjustment because Thunderbringer and Bubbles, there's so much magic damage that he just, whenever he went to get a creep kill, he would just get nuked down to half life or under. So, he's against the solo Pharaoh, and I expect the Legion to make an adjustment now, but at least for a couple minutes, he'll be at least to get some farm.
Yeah, and obviously hitting level 6 right there. Now he has that invis, so even another reason why he's going to have some effective farm. Magnus gets initiated on here in the middle lane. Now comes a Pharaoh nuke trying to make a kill happen on Bubbles. Are you kidding me? Bubbles ends up going down. Soulstealer might be in some trouble, though, however. Thunderbringer nuking him down. Ooh, not going to be able to stay close enough, but there's a Sandwraith ultimate. Will Sandwraith port in? No, he doesn't port in, but he picked up the kill on Magnus in the process. His ultimate did enough damage right there. Just the illusion. So, again, you just talk about those snipe abilities. Thunderbringer not level 6 yet. Oh, man. Soulstealer, no doubt, probably would have been dead there as well if Thunderbringer had his nuke ready to go. Oh, Soulstealer, he wanted that regen rune, but Hellbringer cut him off, and that very likely may lead to the death of Soulstealer. Not enough, however. And just barely going to stay alive, but that was close. And Hellbringer, though, he just ninjas that regen rune, of course. So an interesting middle action there. In the end, though, again, we're still up 4-1 in favor of KD Gaming at this point. So looking good for them still, as we're now coming up to the 9-minute mark. You look at the farm overall right now, however, it's a 2,000 experience lead actually for this Hellborn team. So that's definitely that's really good for them. Obviously, a lot of that comes down to the split at the top lane with Magnus allowing Soulstealer to get a lot of that farm. And Nighthound and Plague Rider have actually managed to get by themselves as well. In fact, Nighthound, he's getting very close to level 7 himself, as he is free farming that top lane at this point. Wretched Hag is blinking away, but comes back in now. Kind of unsure of what to do down here. It's obviously a tough spot to be in. It's been going up against this Sandwraith Hellbringer. Speaking of Sandwraith, by the way, let's see this farm. It's at 52 and 21. That's pretty much up there with Black on Soulstealer. And with that hero kill as well, he's actually the top farm in the game, 335 gold per minute. So now you can kind of put out the question is who has the advantage at this point as a result of that. Pharaoh, by the way, he was spotted in the jungle. He was just trying his best to leech experience. Looks like he may survive, but he's in a bad spot now. He's not where he wants to be in this jungle of the Hellborn side. Magnus running in with those Striders activated. The health potion regenerating Pharaoh a little bit. He's going to hide now, and he's going to use that Homecoming Stone to just pour it out immediately. So he's having a horrendous farm. Was just trying to at least steal some experience, but they won't even let him do that. In the meantime, Wretched Hag, by the way, was picked off at this bottom lane, as you can see. But, yeah, so another question is, do you think KD Gaming is feeling confident? Because obviously Sandwraith, he has a very good farm. The tops in the game right now. Talking about earlier, very dangerous hero at that. But going up against a Soul Stealer and a Nighthound, who are both looking fairly good themselves as well, pretty much nearby his farm. So, I mean, who do you guys got?
At the current rate, take a look at Sandwraith's gold. It is almost 3,200. I think we're definitely going to see the fast Mock of Brilliance, and once he gets that, Sandwraith becomes a very annoying hero, also able to farm extremely fast. I don't know if... I think that the way that KD's playing right now, very mobile, gank heavy, and just allowing Sandwraith to farm. The thing that Sandwraith can do is he can farm any lane he wants and then show up for a team fight at a moment's notice. So I think at his current rate of farm, he's going to do a great job.
Bubbles and a lot of pressure at the top side, trying to buy his time. Not going to be enough, though. And Nighthound and Magnus set up the kill on him. That was a fun little sequence while the talking was going on right there. Plague actually using the ultimate to get the initial kill on Pharaoh. Bubbles then came in, tried to clean up. He got the kill on Plague Rider, but then he eventually went down as well, as we just saw. So, a lot of back and forth again right there. But Hellborn team, I mean, again, kind of showing their prowess. But, yeah, that Mocker Brilliance, although very risky, he definitely has been getting a very, very efficient farm. And in fact, he now has 3,400 gold saved up, so he can actually buy the Sword of the High, I believe. They did nerf it to 3,400, I believe, recently. In the meantime, Soul Stealer picked off Hellbringer actually in the jungle. Now Soul Stealer falling back with a double damage rune activated. Of course, now I think it makes sense to go to Cardinal here. Mocker Brilliance early pickup. What do you think about that one?
I don't agree with it. I mean, yeah, you like the damage output that you get from it, but, you know, once he ports in, he has 800 health right now, and, you know, they have a Magnus, a Soul Stealer Plague. They have so much, you know, burst that can kill him right away. I think that, you know, he didn't even get his Dissipate, but if he had gotten Dissipate and a Vanguard, he can tank for a long time. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's risky for sure to go straight Radiant.
Nighthound takes out Pharaoh in the meantime, by the way, here at the top side. So Pharaoh is just, you talk about a change of going from game 1 to game 2. Playing the Pebbles game 1, being very active early on, really all throughout the game, a lot of action. This game has just been nightmarish for him. I don't think I've really seen him over the 100, or if anything, barely over the 100 gold per minute mark, as well as still being level 5 at this point, despite being solo through the early game, now 13 minutes in. So yeah, clearly that's been a problem for him. The Sword of the High was picked up on Sandwraith, by the way, so again, yeah, it was changed recently. Buffed, I guess you can say in a sense, not nerfed, but buffed to 3,400 gold. I don't know, changed, I guess would be the best way to put it. As it's now being delivered to him right here. So yeah, going for the early mock. We do have initiation here on the Wretched Hag. There comes the Thunderbringer ultimate as well, finishing him off. And now Magnus is just waddling away. Nothing he could have done there. It's just a good burst damage showing off by the Legion side. And going to make them look good. But yeah, like you were touching on, again, not getting any point to Dissipate. He's just going for that Desert Curse deserted ability. And going to play for the, using his ultimate effectively, especially. But as well as Brent was touching on, too, Mocker Brilliance, it's a great farming item on top of that. It's definitely, like in a lot of these melee carries, we talk about Ruined Axe being an exponentially increasing farming item on them. Mocker Brilliance kind of works in that same way as well. So, expect his farm to keep shooting up, as it has been throughout this game. However, Black on Soul Stealer has keeping up his pace, and he's in fact taken over the gold per minute lead around 335. Magnus and Bubbles running into each other. Magnus doing a smart thing, though. He did not actually stun him right there. He's going to save it for later on. He actually gets away. There goes the silence. He now stuns in on Bubbles, but the take cover was used. The Hellbringer ultimate also coming out. Plague Rider comes into the fight now. Nighthound is somewhere nearby, I think. Nope, never mind. I thought I heard him, but he is not here. Sandwraith is doing the auto attack. Trying to chase down Plague Rider, just cannot get the kill on him, though. So after all of that, no one ends up dying, actually. All 5 players from the Legion team, in fact, down here. But Nighthound, in the meantime, he was actually busy just free farming the top lane, and he is getting close to the 200 gold per minute mark himself, and it's starting to show more and more as the game goes on. So right now, Online Kingdom again, although KD Gaming do have a numbers advantage, at least in hero kills, 7-6 at 15 minutes in. The other stats really in favor of Online Kingdom, and I don't know. It's a really tough debate here. You got that Mock of Brilliance going to be finished soon on Sandwraith. It's now how worrisome and how much of an effect really that is going to make here in favor of KD Gaming is the question, as they also snipe down Magnus right there, who was pushed up a little bit too much trying to set up a stun himself, but ends up biting him in the arse. As, where the sight's actually delivered to Nighthound. That's interesting. So I guess just place one right there. And gonna just keep sight down. So Nighthound, he is literally getting free farm right now at the top lane, and no one's stopping him at this point. Pharaoh's been the only sense of competition, but we already talked about that and what kind of game he's having, unfortunately. He does have Word of Revelations, though, so I'm gonna start using that now.
16 minutes, we got a Mock of Brilliance. We're going to see how it does now. Obviously, he's very low on life, so we'll see if the trade-off is worth it. Or he's just going to go for the super endgame hyper farm.
Yeah. We did see this recently. I can't recall exactly which game it was, but I know we did see a Sandwraith recently as well. We kind of had the same argument. It's a very risky pickup because you do lose a lot of the tankiness and more of the conventional and convenient farm and being able to survive cases, but it ended up working out for them in the end. By the way, we do have initiation on a Wretched Hag right here, dropping fast at that dot and just turns around. I mean, he was pretty much dead anyways. I really had nowhere to go, so a good take right there. The Sandwraith ultimate also came out. Bubbles initiates on a Plague Guard in the meantime, also picks him off, but now he's in some trouble. Soulstealer comes in with the advanced double demon hand, maybe. Not going to go with the second one. He's going to survive for now. Can the pounce happen from Nighthound? He's fairly low on life. He actually comes at a stealth right there. Oh, he almost got taken out, but the Thunderbringer ultimate will take care of it. Double tap kill for him, and Soulstealer just runs away again. Talking about earlier, just the snipe abilities from this Legion team is just so powerful. 3 of the heroes that can do it so effectively, and it's definitely come into play several times this game. And Soulstealer is like, yeah, sorry guys. It definitely felt like Soulstealer could have possibly done a little bit more there. He does. Wow, Bubbles, what the hell were you thinking? Soulstealer just literally auto-attacked him down right there. He didn't even need to use his nuke. Bubbles just dropped, so a little bit of misjudgment there from Era, but in the end, overall team fight won by KD Gaming. A couple mistakes there from Online Kingdom.
And Sandwraith, poor guy, double ulted. I think that's definitely what they need to do right now is kill him while his HP is still low. And here we got more things going on mid.
That's a good job right there. Using that smoke cloud is Magic's on Nighthound very effectively. Doing a lot of damage, obviously. And getting that kill right there in the middle lane. Look at his farm again. Now up to 270 gold per minute. Got that compared to his teammate of Soulstealer at 320. And then there, of course, is Sandwraith, who's sitting at around 300 now. So then obviously with that death slowing him down a little bit, but now with the resurrection, he's going to come back up, and I'm sure we're just going to see him once again sit in the lane and hope for the best. Void Talisman picked up on Thunderbringer, by the way. Very interesting there. He does have his regen at him as well. Strider's already picked up. But getting the Void Talisman for mainly Nighthound purposes, of course. You like that pickup, Cardinal? You think it was smart?
Yeah. Nighthound's probably going to go for him first in team fights. He's the squishiest hero, and he does a lot of damage. So it's a good pickup. I mean, again, they have a lot of nuke on Hellborn, so he's going to take more magic damage from it, but you're kind of screwed either way.
Yeah, it is a give and take, exactly, but at least he's going for one of the routes. With that said, I mean, a Shaman's Address, like we were talking about last game, once again, wouldn't be a bad pickup. Question is, who do you get it on? Obviously, ideally, it would probably be Pharaoh, but his farm has just been horrendous, and it continues to be horrendous. So, wouldn't expect him to have that anytime soon. So maybe Hellbringer or even Sandwraith would have to step up. But so speaking of that, actually, I mean, how do you expect Sandwraith to follow up now that he's got his Mock of Brilliance? Do you expect him to go now the tanky route with the Helm of the Black Legion, maybe even that Barrier Idol like I was saying, or have him keep going? Not at this point now, just go more DPS damage focused Cardinal.
Well, you would think he would go, Vanguard, because he's in a late game. He's going to be up against Soul Stealer and Nighthound. But Europeans play a lot different from Americans, so they have a lot of good build orders. It's just a lot different. So I'm not sure what he'll get, but it looks like a Vanguard.
Helm of the Black Legion, yeah. As he does pick up the life tube to go with the Iron Buckler. No, that's fine. I just clarify for people that may not have played Dota. Really isn't a big deal. But yeah, as you said though, it looks like he is going for that, and just needs the Beast Heart now. He actually picks up a mana battery as well, a little bit later on than we're used to seeing. But hey, better late than never. So now at the 21-minute mark, again, it still remains a slight lead for KD Gaming, 12-9. This is. It really is hard to say, kind of get a feel for momentum in this game. Neither team necessarily picking up that wave of momentum where you're like, clearly they have the advantage now. We'll see if they can feed off of this. I mean, you like to think, honestly, Online Kingdom have the advantage because of Nighthound and Soulster. They're both getting a very solid farm, and overall their team is just doing pretty well on top of that in terms of farm. Well, okay, I take that back. Not really. I was just making up numbers right there. Actually, look at the facts, and that's not true. But, oh, here we go with initiation near the middle lane. The smoke cloud comes out behind Sandwraith. I believe he poured it in. Soulster cancels his ultimate, actually decided it was not going to be a good spot. No one dying yet. Actually, one person dying, that being Plague. Right now we have Magnus getting the sun on the Sandwraith. Sandwraith is in here, but the Bat Blast will finish him off. You see the Magnus activating his ultimate now. No mana to do any more follow-up, however. He comes in, launches a Steam Bath. Farrell's going to get taken out. And the Legion team, they have Thunderbringer still in there. He already used his ultimate, of course. He has another nuke. Can he use it right here on Nighthound? Yes, he can. And Magnus also gets taken out with the Malphus ultimate. Wretched Act just sitting here, barely any life. He may try to ninja a kill onto Bubbles, though, but Bubbles playing safe. Oh, can Bubbles actually ninja kill himself? No, the Flame Breath from Malphus. I thought that might have gotten him, but the blink happened just in time, and Wretched Hag survived. So, I guess you kind of should have expected a team fight to be like that, where everyone just so low on life. I mean, the Legion team, again, especially between Thunderbringer and Sandwraith, they both use their ultimates, and all of a sudden, everyone on Online Kingdom is pretty much around half life or so at that point. It wasn't the greatest execution, though, in terms of initiation. It seemed like they were fairly scattered. Sandwraith got caught out by himself early on with very little team support, and ultimately that perhaps led to his death, but a numbers advantage. Online King or KD Gaming, they ended up coming out on top. So very back and forth fight though. Wretched Act comes back to the middle lane now.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to remark it. Pharaoh's level is surprisingly low at this point, and I'm really not sure how that happened. Bubbles is level 11. His lane partner, where was Pharaoh? He was top. I
top,
guess he's just been shooting missiles all day, and yeah, I'm sorry, I missed most of that team fight. I was in the bathroom, so I'm just trying to make up for it with some commentary. Super exciting.
Oh
well,
boy!
You wouldn't gimp, Pharaoh and Hellbringer, because they're usually the other solo across the tri-lane, but, based on their lanes of how they went, it's kind of how it goes. And like I was saying, I was interested to see who's going to play support on their team, because they don't really have, a defined support besides Hellbringer, which he only has 700 health right now, so you see he's going to get picked off right here. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and then even we saw right there as Plague actually gets the ultimate off. It's bouncing between the Illusion and Thunderbringer, but in the end, Thunderbringer coming in there up in a cleanup and actually picks up the double tap, being played by Wasting. Got the kill on both Plague Rider and Nighthound, but I mean, you were just referring to Pharaoh and Hellbringer, Roll frankly, and we saw right there Hellbringer got taken out, and Pharaoh initiating after. Usually that would be fine. I mean, he usually be able to survive and get out of there, but because he's only level 6, he doesn't have any items really other than the Ring of the Teacher. and boots at this point, and not nearly as tanky as we're used to seeing him at this point in the game, and just got, well, obliterated there by Nighthound, really. But good follow-up, however, by wasting on Thunderbringer, at least picking up a kill himself. As Sandwraith, he did finish his helm with the Black Legion right there. He's now pushing this bottom tower, and vulnerability possibly. They do not have it, I don't believe, but a lot of ports coming in. Sandwraith in a lot of trouble. He does not have his ultimate either. He's going to get combo with everything right here, including the Magnus ultimate, and down he goes. Not really worth it. You gotta have the presence of mind right there. I mean, you want that tower kill, but you see 3 ports coming in with no ultimate up. I mean, I don't know what he expected to happen there. So, but a good job there by Online Kingdom, taking what they can get and getting a kill on Sandwraith at this point. Obviously, pretty damn huge. Next in line is Kongor. Talked about last game. A lot of Kongor action. We'll see if that picks up soon here. But right now, Nighthound and Soulstealer. Nighthound finishing his Nullfire Blade, by the way. So going for that right off the bat. And then Soulstealer got his Shrunken Head finished. Continuing the same route as last game, really. And just as I got finished mentioning Kongor, we are seeing Online Kingdom right here go for that Kongor attempt. As a Legion team making a push in the top lane, they take out the top tower, but they have absolutely no idea right now that Kongor is going down. And again, not a huge amount of damage coming out from Online Kingdom. Going to be a slow kill, but they should be able to kill it without any pressure here, unlike last game.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Oh, here he comes. I was going to say, it's a bit dangerous to be going in here, even though no one is there.
Oh my god. Sandwraith took the token of life. Look at the kills happening. Down goes Nighthound, but Sandwraith will resurrect. That was a perfect ninja. Bubbles comes in, takes out Soulstealer. Talk about a game changer right there. Holy crap. What a play by Sandwraith. Another obviously very good use of that ultimate. It's great for that situation. And sure enough, he just happened to spam click right on top of the token of life. And wow, Online Kingdom, they now have a 5,300 gold lead after that. 1,100, they're down by 1,100 experience, but that is so minimal. They're going to push this middle tower as a result. Now, yes, of course, the token of life was used. I almost said wasted, but that definitely was not the case. It was just used, but that just turned out pretty much the best case possible for KD Gaming right there. So great job, great presence of mind by Sandwraith. Pretty much, he timed that so perfect too. I mean, I don't think that any site at this area, I don't believe they did whatsoever, unless they might have nuked in from Pharaoh, maybe gained the vision through that. Thunderbringer, I believe he did use his ultimate as well. So did he actually? I don't think he did. It looks like he did actually, yeah. So he did use his ultimate as well. But yeah, just great timing, and that worked out so well for them. So I don't know what to say after that. I mean, KD Gaming, they just got a little bit better after that fight and kind of showing off their ranged nukes right there and their team fight potential. But Pharaoh is still fairly underleveled. Hellbringer, not getting nearly the levels or farm, frankly, that he's maybe used to getting. And both Soulstealer and Nighthound still looking pretty good. So, although that was definitely a solid fight for KD Gaming, won by them, still I'm kind of hesitant to sit here and say that Online Kingdom's in some trouble now as a result. But we'll see. There we go. Nighthound opening on top of Thunderbringer. There goes the Hellbringer ultimate, though. Pharaoh also going in and putting the Mummy Watch out. Plague Rider got his ultimate off, however. Just a lot of damage going out. That Soulstealer ultimate did so much right there. Both Hellbringer and Thunderbringer dropping. We have Bubbles and Soulstealer kind of going 1v1 right here. Bubbles puts the ultimate down. Sandwraith is coming in. He has a Mock of Brilliance ticking. He has it deserted as well. It's going to be used right here if he can get the auto attack. There we go. Double tap kill for low QOP. And so, again, he has not been involved too much throughout this game. But that right there, pretty damn effective. Wretched Act comes in. Desert's Curse, though, from Sandwraith going out there. And Nighthound goes taken out right there. He jumped onto Pharaoh, but just too much damage coming out. Wretched Act trying to put away. Gets a kill on Pharaoh. The chase is on, though. Can they get the genocide? Yes, they can. KD Gaming gets a genocide right there once again. Or I don't even know if it's once again, actually, but a genocide kill. Online Kingdom concedes. That is it. No GGs. Well, I guess KD Gaming throws out a GG there, but wow. KD Gaming, 2-0. They take the series. That... How big was Kongor in both games? Obviously, the first game, we talked about that so many times. Just epic team battles, back and forth. The Kongor kill right here, I mean, Sandwraith ninjing the token, turning it around completely, ultimately led to the victory to KD Gaming, and ultimately led to their 2-0 series victory. They're going to see either MSI or Cats in the semifinals of the winners bracket. What a finish.
Oh, definitely damn impressive play by KD in both games. Just, I gotta be thinking that, okay, Gaming, they're so frustrated after that Kongor kill, and then just the team fight lost there that they just throw the GGs right there. That just seems like a frustration GG right there. Just not a lot they can do. But overall, just surprising play by KD coming out winning both games just pretty decisively.
Cardinal, final thoughts here on the series?
You know, once again, you see a Kongor fight when all 5 heroes are up, and it usually never turns out good, you know, but the turning point was when they picked off Sandwraith bottom, and they went to Kongor, and Solstice kind of ran around for a little bit, and it delayed enough for Sandwraith to come up, and it just took him out. But overall, a pretty impressive win from OKD Gaming.
Yeah, again, it's really definitely kind of confusing at times. Obviously, KD Gaming, formerly known as Dirty Minds, they took KD Gaming over because KD Gaming moved on to Online Kingdom, and so yeah, it's kind of a, oh my god, it hurts my head, but no, it's very, very good victory for KD Gaming in this case. And it's I still can't get over what happened right there, and how, you know, both souls to their Nightowl, they really were getting a solid farm, but once again, the risky choice of going for a Mocker Brilliance right away ended up paying off for the Sandwraith carry here, and they take this series 2-0. So that's going to do it, guys. For tonight, we got a couple of series casted in tonight, both of them being quarter-final matchups here in the GosuGamers main event. It's our Online Kingdom. They're still in it. Again, they fall to the losers bracket. We'll get an update on those brackets. Again, you can check those out either under our tournament section on honcast.com, or you can check it out on GosuGamers.net. I believe they probably update it a little bit faster, to be honest, so I would honestly tell you to check it there, but I'll get to updating our own as well when I have the time. But it's going to be an awesome finish. I mean, again, I cannot stress enough how much money is on the line here. I mean, I'm sure, Cardinal, you can say it for yourself. You're pretty excited, especially with the spot you guys are in now, being in the semifinals here. You guys are in a good spot to make some decent money, right?
Yeah, we've been practicing a lot lately, and if we haven't lost a scrim in probably 2 weeks, and ever since that loss to DRD in the Zen Gaming tournament, we just decided that we need to practice more as a team, and it's shown in the recent matches. We've beaten a lot of good teams, and we have EG next week, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, wish you the best of luck, of course, and I'm sure we'll be on top of covering that. If not us, GosuGamers, somebody will. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So congratulations both to you guys and, well, to KD Gaming, obviously, here in this series. They move on to the semifinals. Again, they'll either play Fnatic, MSI, or Cats. I don't know who won that series, so I can't say for sure. But it's going to be a fun finish here, guys. Both we got some great losers bracket matchups, as well as, of course, some great winners bracket, and then eventually the grand finals. It's going to be epic. $40,000 prize pool, $10,000 for first place alone, and that's $5,000, $3,000, $2,000, I believe, is a split for second, third, and fourth. You can check that out on both GosuGamers and Honcast. Anyways, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. A lot of fun today. It's some great matches. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And again, that was Breaky CPK. Joining me was Brent Quest. Special thanks to him for stepping up and doing some casts, as well as Cardinal from SK Gaming, Competitive Insight. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, have a good night, guys.
Thanks for having me on, Breaky.